Welcome in. Let's go ahead and get started here with Dean Smith after today's 1-0 victory over San Jose Earthquakes. Corelli's in here and she will work around and make sure that you guys get all of your recording permissions. So let's just get started straight away. Steve Goldberg, kick it off. Steve, you good? Go ahead.
Okay. It always helps to unmute, doesn't it?
It certainly does. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing good. Fun match to watch today, even on the small screen of my phone. With that, what were the best spots of today's match for you?
I thought we had a bit more control today than we have had in previous games, certainly without the ball and with the ball as well. Yeah, I liked some of the patterns that we created. I liked how we worked together without the ball and were patient enough to wait for the opportunities to press. Yeah, so having that control was a lot better today.
You're playing everybody. With that, I'm particularly interested in your thoughts on one of the youngest on the team, Nimfasha Berkamas, who has represented well at the Youth World Cup level for the team. Do you think is he ready for the rigors of the professional game?
I don't know, but the only way to find out is to play him in these games. I've really liked what I've seen so far in practice, in the training sessions that we've done. He's a real fast twitch player. He's got fast twitch muscles, which allows him to go and pressure defenders really quickly. He's good on the ball. He's got great acceleration to get away from people as well. So, he's got massive potential. But I've had a chat with him the other day and said, again, potential's just a word. The idea is for you to go and fulfill that potential. And, the only way you can do that is by getting an opportunity.
Does he defer to the older players at all, or is he got the moxie to, to take them on?
No, he's got the opportunity to go and take people on. That's what his game is about. But we wanted to make good decisions, and I thought his decision making today was more often than not better than it has been in previous games. So he's improving all the time.
Any other surprises, pleasant surprises you're seeing as you spend more time with the guys?
No, to be honest, it's not been surprises. That they've all shown a really good application, as I've said right from the off. They're all taking on board the information that we're giving them, but also, we're giving them freedom to go and make decisions as well. And I've been pleased with their decision-making skills so far.
And you have a week until the next game. What is the focus of training going to be over the next 6 days?
Well, we've got a bounce game on Wednesday against Phoenix as well. So we've got a couple of games. Okay. So, there'll be a few players that will get a longer amount of minutes in that Phoenix game on Wednesday, when we can go and try something else. We decided to go and press a different way today than what we did against Galaxy to give us a little bit more a different tactical approach at times to different games, and we've carried both of them off well so far.
And speaking of the press, Enzo, stripping the keeper was quite nice. He was sometimes a one-man press last season, and maybe not in concert with presses as a team, but where other outlets are cut off there. But it looks like that could be an advantage for you, because he's ready and willing to make the runs.
Yeah, he is. He's a selfless runner. We just need to guide him the right places to go and run at times, and for me, that's between the goalposts. That's really important for him to realise, and trust his other teammates to back him up when he does do that.
Well, great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Let's go to Nick Finelli and then Carol Walton.
Hey, Dean. Nice to see you.
Hi, Nick.
So I was wondering, I'm doing great, thanks. I was wondering, how do you get continuity with so many players having competition for positions and getting kind of that group to really gel together and play well together?
I think the big thing is that you have a style of play that the players get to know. So they understand not just what they're meant to be doing in their positions, but what other players are meant to be doing in their positions as well, because they can coach each other on the pitch then. So it's really important that they understand what we're trying to do, in different positions on the pitch. I think once you get that understanding and you get that belief from each other, then you get continuity within the team.
Right. And then I was wondering also for you as a coach, are you trying different tactics with this team to see like what works well for them and what doesn't, so you can kind of fine tune how you want to play with the personnel you have?
Yeah, you've got to look at the personnel that you have and make sure they're going to fit in with what your style of play is. But looking back over the video of them over the last 7 or 8 games of the season, I could see what mainly they were good at, what they could do. We are still looking to bring in some additions, obviously, to strengthen the squad. But there's definite quality in there. And, what we wanted to do was, have a style of play that you can fit a number of different systems to. And as you've probably seen already, we've actually done that in a few games. So, we're going to be quite adaptable this season, but our style of play will stay the same.
Right. And then one last thing, we've seen lots of pictures on social media with the players doing different things, such as the volleyball in the pool, and of course the singing with Scotty. Do you have planned things for them outside of being on the pitch, for them to kind of get together and kind of bring that community? Is that something you purposely think of?
Yeah, I mean, we had a competitive couple of weeks over in Miami when we was there, but that wasn't just the players, that was the staff as well. I put them in 4 teams and we had a competition, and the losers of that team will do a medley tonight at dinner, and the winners I will take out for dinner on Monday evening as well. So we've done some fun things. There's been orienteering games, there's been quizzes, there's been swimming competitions. So we've had a little bit of fun with it and got to know each other. And, I think that's part and parcel of creating a good culture and a good environment.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck this week.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay, Carol, go ahead. And then Willie P after that.
Hey, Dean, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Carol. Yourself?
I'm good. I apologize if you hear little people upstairs. But
no worries.
Just to follow on what Nick was asking, have you learned anything fun or interesting about any of the people you work with based on these competitions you've had?
Yeah, I think they've also learnt about each other as well. There were some people who stuck their hands up and told me how good a swimmers they were. And when we went into the swimming competition, they found out it was breaststroke. They weren't as good as they thought they were. So we've had a bit of fun and games with all the competitions. And Big C, the goalkeeper, we found out that his general knowledge was quite good in the quiz. Not so much his geography, but yeah, it's been a real good fun time, and it gave us the opportunity to get to know each other.
On a personal level, is it nice to do it after your last position? You had no time for team building, right?
Yeah. It's I think it's really important, that they get to know who you are as well as me getting to know them as well. The staff as well. We're all one club, and I keep saying this, and I mean it. One of the most important people at the football club is the cleaner, and nobody very rarely sees them because they do all the cleaning of a night when nobody's there to make sure that the club is in the right place in the morning when everybody gets there. So, whether you're the chef or you're working on the content team, you're an important cog in the machine that's putting a team out there to play.
And I don't know if anybody asked this at the beginning, but I just wondered about how Brant Bronico is, and then a couple of your visa guys or green card guys.
Yeah, so Brant's had a thigh strain. He's had an MRI. I'm not sure what the MRI has said, but he'll probably be out for a few weeks, that's for sure.
Okay. And Kerwin has gone to Colombia.
Yeah, right? He's gone to Colombia. Kalina has gone to Croatia as well. I believe they're in progress now. I'm hoping to have Vargas back for the end of the week. Kalina will probably be back for the start of the week leading into the first game of the season.
Okay, and one more for me, just the defense, if you look at a clean sheet, that's been good. Are you seeing some progress you like? Is that some teams that take get going this time of year, a little bit of both?
Yeah, I mean, we've conceded a couple of away goals. A couple of late goals in the first two games, which you never like to concede. But, all in all, I think we're a tough team to play against. I think without the ball, we look really organised. We're defending our penalty box well, and we're not giving the opposition too many big chances. So they're all plus points that we need to continue to carry forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Will Ploshik.
Evening, Dino. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Will, yourself?
Fantastic. You got through the game okay without any injuries, and just from a housekeeping aspect?
Yeah, everybody got through it okay, which is good. Yeah, no injuries from today.
In terms of the start of the contest, I know you were displeased with the first 30 minutes on Wednesday. How do you feel like your guys acclimated to the match better, or did they not acclimate as well as you wanted to?
No, I thought we started the game quite well. They got down their right-hand side a few times in the first 5 or 6 minutes without really creating anything. And then we worked our press out a little bit better and made them come out down the left-hand side where they had a bit of a blind alley to go down and kept giving us the ball back, which is what we'd worked on. So, yeah, I was a lot more pleased with the second, well, certainly with the first 10, 20 minutes with how we started the game.
I know you only have the benefit to what you saw on film to go off of with Enzo. So I'll ask the question this way. How does Enzo up close look different as a player to you than what you might have seen on film last year?
I think what we've done and spoken to Enzo about is trying to play within the width of the 18-yard box. He's not going to go and get goals, outside of the 18-yard box. The majority of goals are scored inside there, and that's where we want him to be because we feel, he can get goals and probably more goals than he scored last season. But, he's a willing runner, probably a little bit too much at times. And, we're trying to curb that enthusiasm, and direct it more into the areas where we think he can hurt the opposition.
Who's a player who has maybe surprised you over the course of your time in California, or even just the balance of the preseason that has flashed for you that you maybe didn't think would flash as much?
I think the younger players have all adapted really quickly. The ones who've stepped up from playing Legacy in the Next Pro last year, they've all stepped up really well and adapted to, a lot more intensity in terms of what we do in training, the games against, fellow MLS teams as well. And, the likes of JP and Tavares and Nimford, who started today, have all stepped up really well. And, I think our younger players now have shown that there is a pathway there.
I know Trialist 1 played his second game. Trialist 2, Masked Marvel, played his first game as well. What were your impressions of Trialist 2 today?
I thought Trialist 2 played very well, to be honest. He stepped into the game. I think there's probably quite a few people who know Trialist 2's name, but he's stepped in and done really well today. He played alongside Ashley, and we played Brecht as a 10, and I thought Brecht was a lot more effective there today. And Trialist 2, came and did what it says he will do on the tin, and I was pleased with his performance.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, final one with Caleb Adams.
Hey, Dean, appreciate you hopping on here with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, just one question on my end here. I just wanted to ask you about sort of the collective effort and the work ethic of the team here at the end of the game. We saw in the 87th minute, I saw maybe 4 or 5 guys running back on defense, trying to get behind the ball to stop a counterattack. How does it make you feel as a coach seeing that sort of effort and work ethic from your team in a preseason match?
Yeah, no, I'm pleased to see it. It's something that I'm constantly asking for. The 3 things I asked for at the start of the game was attitude, application, and teamwork. And I thought we got all 3 of them. And, as you say, if you're seeing that in the 87th minute, then, they're showing all 3 of them attributes, which which are massively important, if a team is going to be successful.
Great, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, just saw Bridget's hand pop up there, so we'll squeeze one more in.
Sorry about that. Hey, Dean, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks, Bridget. Yourself?
I'm doing well. So it was a windy day out there. I'm glad your hair still looks in shape, so that's good.
Yeah, I think somebody had put $1 in the wind machine and just turned it on for a couple of hours.
I just have one question. We saw a lot of movement in the midfield, but how do you think that Enzo played today? What do you think about his performance?
I thought Enzo was good. He was a lot tidier when we had to play off him into feet. His pressing skills were a lot better as well, and just his general game, I thought, was better today, and he's moving in the right direction to be ready, for that New York City game.
And just to follow up on that, last year we saw Enzo. He had a lot of moments on the ground. Some people, had something to say about it. Some of the way he reacted to some of the calls. Have you had any talks with him about that? He's doing so much better this year.
Just in general to all the team, really, and that's emotional control. I'm a big one for body language. If you show poor body language, then it only lifts the opposition. So make sure your body language is good and your emotional control is good as well. And so far, so good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Bridget. Thanks everyone else for getting on. We'll see you sometime next week as we work through a couple more preseason games. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will.